So here's an example of one of the commonest plants in Duff House. There seems to be great big swathes of it, and that is raspberry, or this is the wild raspberry. And I don't think these are quite ripe at the moment. They look a bit like, you know, the berries that you'd see on brambles, but this is raspberry, the wild raspberry, and it's got these trifoliate leaf style, quite jagged on the edges, and similar rough texture below. Don't know if you can see those branches, but I think there's like very small thorns in them. I think there may be ones. Oh, here we go. Here's a better example. Look, this is these are the thorns on this particular raspberry individual, and the trifoliate leaf structure with the lanceolate leaves. So another thing we have here is called wood Avents. It's another relation to the buttercup, and you can see the petals and the sepals quite distinct from one another. But no, too close. Yeah, so you can see the nice stamens and the leaves and the stem, which the stem seems to be quite hairy, and the leaves also seem to be lanceolate, and they seem to also grow very close to the edge of the stem. Another distinctive feature of these plants is that when they've finished flowering, they develop this structure. If it will come into focus, that's about right. These are the fruits of the wood Avents, and it forms a sort of burr. I think the idea is that this can then attach onto animals that pass it, and so spread its seed that way. There's another example here. Nice burrs on it. It's quite a distinctive plant. This is one of the first plants I identified when I first started doing botany, and this one, it's on its way to fruiting, but you can still see the petals are still attached to it. If I zoom in, is that better? Yeah. You can see it's not quite as developed, but it will be. Appears to be one of the docks. If I turn that round, maybe that will do better. This is one of the docks. I'm not quite sure which one this is. I don't think it's. I don't know if it's curled dock or not. Its leaves don't look quite right. Normally, curled dock would have more curled in leaves, hence the name curled dock. But it could be fiddle dock, which is another quite slender one. And these are the little fruits. If I turn it, you can see, yeah, you can see all the little fruits surrounding it. I'm not quite sure what these will look like when they're ripe, but I've seen it on broadleaf dock, and it swells into a nice red colour.